Bruh, you're such a nerd.
Hi, everybody. Welcome
Hi.
to another episode of Already Distracted Podcast. So you're probably wondering why there's only two of us.
Well, we finalized Ben's sacrifice to the YouTube gods, and I wouldn't count on him being back for the foreseeable future. I mean, this was worse than Gollum in the volcano in Lord of the Rings. So,
and this the title is not clickbait. Ben,
jokes
is
aside, Ben actually,
away.
he's just got a lot going on in his personal life. Doesn't have time right now, so Ben is stepping away.
Nothing bad.
He will be missed. He said he'll hop on every once in a while when he can, and more of a guest rather than permanent host for now. And eventually he wants to come back. But
he's got family stuff going on. He's got school. He's got a whole bunch of things going. So he's just whoa, bless your face. The announcement's so shocking. But yeah, so he's stepping away. What? Are you bleeding? Are you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we talked about Ben. Oh, we sacrificed Ben, and now his ghost is trying to claw
so
you.
hard, I started bleeding. I wonder if I cut myself while shaving, but that was like 9 hours ago.
That was really weird. Anyway,
Anyways,
but yeah, so Ben, sadly, will not be on regularly. Like Taylor said, he's still gonna pop in and out on the gaming channel and on here probably every once in a while. He can't.
It's too much.
Can't do it right now.
He's in his last year before his master's program, and then he's going to be in his master's, and it's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
So,
and we love him and support him. So of course, all is good. There's no drama or nothing, but just we have to say goodbye to Ben. Yeah, we secretly hate you. How dare you?
No, we love you, Ben.
No.
You do what you need to do, brother.
But me and Taylor do understand that the trio seems to work best on this channel. So
we have an epic, temporary, permanent, possibly forever host. We don't know yet, but he's going to be here for the time being. Please give us a round of applause for yours truly, Nate!
Hi, it's me again.
Hi, Nate.
Nate will be kind of our perma host while Ben's gone, and honestly, if it gels well, even when Ben comes back, I'd be down to keep him on. So
absolutely.
Yeah, never know what could happen.
Yeah.
So you guys have probably seen Nate. He's been on a couple episodes before. Fabulous guy. It's big shoes to fill, but we think Nate can do it.
Also, you guys get to deal with me eating a steak, so sorry.
I'm jealous.
All good.
I had
me and my
frozen
size
taquitos.
fours will do the best to fill in Ben's.
Heck yeah. So with that being said, however, so I have topic this week. I figured before we jump into topic, I made a special little video today to give Ben a proper send-off. So Ben, if you're watching, this is for you, buddy. I'm going to share my screen if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. But today, we've got a guest star.
Special
that
guest.
That would be my good buddy, Ben. And he's going to introduce our topic today.
Woo! We're 3 now.
Yeah, we decided we were
Heck
missing
yeah.
something, and when we had Ben on last week, it just, really gelled together, so...
So that squirrel, just learn your lesson. Think before you nut. No, that's not hilarious. You dropped your balls right in front of our house.
Thank you for that.
I'll keep looking away.
It smells so bad.
That's terrible. I hear people, but I don't see anybody. Oh, there it is. There's another dog.
How does it feel to be blown? Oh, no.
Seed!
Happy for friends who can throw stuff together.
Bombs. And it's for no survive.
Alright, well, here we are. We've been chickened. I want this footage because the best boy Grip over here is laughing. And it's the best thing ever. I feel like we're taking drugs, and this is what it's
this has been just like one giant LSD trip. Okay, here we
You feel ready, Sam, for the end?
Boom. The end.
I love it. I love
The
it.
end.
Yeah, that was really good.
Boom.
Good work.
So proper send off for Ben. We'll miss you. You guys,
But don't
we'll
worry,
still see
he'll
him
be
every once in a while.
And when we do in-person episodes, while he's still, because he also might be moving out of state, but that won't be
Mhm.
for a little while. So if we can get one or two more of those in before he moves, we'll try and get him in there. Because
Absolutely.
Nate here's on the other side of the country.
Yeah,
Now-
he's far away.
Now, if you let us know when you're visiting, because I know you come to town sometimes, we will
Mhm.
definitely have to make sure to record some in-person stuff for that.
Oh
But-
yeah.
Cool.
Ben, we love you. We'll miss you. And we'll see you. We'll see you when you can come back.
Yes.
You got the hearts, you son of a bitch.
Nice.
Yes.
That's
Makes
why he's
fun
on
of
a
my
Mac.
Mac. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nate
Now-
gets it.
On that fun note, Dev,
Yes.
what's the topic?
So, on a completely opposite note, today we're going to be talking about crime. More specifically, weird and silly crimes, and even more specific. What?
Oh,
Hey!
he's worried that.
They
Where's
can't
that
know
gonna
what
go?
I've done.
Oh, well, we're not going about our crimes, you silly goose.
Oh, my bad.
We're talking about Florida man crimes.
Oh, okay.
So you can put that away.
Just cutting steak.
Uh-huh.
Steak, huh?
I'm not
Tell me.
steak.
Tell me, was that steak's name Richard?
Bill.
Close
All
enough.
right.
Close enough. So, have you guys ever seen like the classic crime shows? You know, like Cops, or any of like the weird like stuff that on like
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
yeah, exactly. Bad boys. So, I found some really interesting Florida man crimes. I was just doing some research the other day. A couple of them are straight from the good old pages of Reddit, and the other ones are from a place called, what's the name of the site? MalcolmAnthony.com or PA.com. Anyway, so apparently all of these happened. We'll just give some thoughts on them. And if you guys can think of any crimes that you've either, maybe that you haven't been a part of, but maybe that you witnessed.
I've never been a part of any crimes.
This podcast, we will be confessing our greatest accomplishments on
Darkest
the other side of
secrets.
the law.
Now
Okay.
I've got Bad Boys stuck in my head.
I know. How catchy was that freaking song? When I heard they were bringing Cops back, I got so excited.
Right.
Let's see here. Okay, so we can go through the
I got
Reddit
out
ones
myself.
because
I didn't watch that.
they're kind of short, the little Reddit ones,
Sorry,
but
guys.
they're funny. That's okay.
I'm sorry.
Are you okay? Are you on something, or do you need to admit a crime right now, Taylor? You
He was
going to
sipping
jail.
moonshine. That's not a Mountain Dew.
Good old Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
They're drinking.
Dew.
So these first couple are just some random ones I found on Reddit.
We're not cutting this bit.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Gonna do some cutting from my mistake earlier, but this one, oh,
It's a good thing Nate's known me for a long time.
Yeah.
He knows what to expect.
He
which is
does. This man,
I've seen worse.
this man watched us for that all night party we did our senior year.
Yeah.
good.
Oh boy,
The all night
That was
party.
wild.
he was our babysitter.
Oh, tell you what, I'm glad I don't work at the place near us that freaking does the all night end of year party thing for like all the schools. Oh.
What are you talking about? The school you work at literally does one every year.
No. I mean the homeless for a night thing.
Oh
The really big one where they invite all the schools. Oh.
yeah,
That's new.
Yeah,
That
that
sounds
one's
like a chaperone's nightmare.
it's actually not new. New, we just never did it because it's
Oh,
dumb.
okay.
it's
Never mind. Still sounds
it's
like a chaperone's
crazy.
nightmare, though.
it kind of is.
It is.
Yeah. Lots of crime happens at that one.
Crime.
Crime. So these first couple I found on Reddit, just from some random users. This first one says, I lived in a condo community in Florida. Each unit had a dumpster surrounded by a high wooden fence with a gate so as not to offend the residents with the sight of, the actual dumpster, like a lot of places have. A homeless man lived in my unit's fenced-in dumpster. He acted as sort of a concierge of trash. When anyone took their garbage out, he'd open the gate like he was welcoming you to the dumpster and take your garbage bags himself. You could hear him in there going through the bags for whatever reason. He had a bicycle with a homemade basket made of a milk crate that he used to pick up cans and bottles. We'd see him sometime along the roads picking up recyclables. The other residents and I would sometimes take meals out to him. He slept on an inflatable pool lounge thing behind the dumpster. He was surprisingly tolerated. He was still there after I moved, and I still think about him and hope he's okay. So,
All right.
very Florida man thing. So, literally, we have a real-life Oscar the Grouch. It's
Yeah.
essentially what that guy
But
is.
a lot more polite, sounds like.
Yeah, and like when I was reading that one, I was like, "Oh, this might be a good one to start because it's very tame."
Low key. Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys know the Florida man memes and what that entails usually.
Oh, yeah.
Like the man who had an attack squirrel that he trained to attack people on meth.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And then the other one that I pulled from Reddit, this one, interestingly enough, the judge is the Florida man in this court case.
Okay.
Okay.
Flipping the script. So it says, a buddy of mine used to be an attorney in Florida. As he put it, sometimes the Florida man in the courtroom is the judge. He tells a story about what seemed like an open and shut case of poaching. The defendant was accused of using a light to blind a deer so he could shoot them easier, right? The guy was in a
That
boat.
Sounds like innovation that excites.
No, that's
Is it-
illegal.
Like that's
Click!
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Blam! Blinding the poor deer and just blamming him. Blamming.
Sounds like a very clever solution to me.
No, there's a lot of things that sound like, oh, that's just clever, that are actually illegal in hunting because it takes away from the sport.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those. But right, like so far that sounds like a pretty open and shut case, right? And as I
Yeah.
was reading, I was like, well, that yeah, but wait, this is
There's
probably
more.
the
If
this-
you call right now, we'll give you
Yeah.
2 Florida man stories for the price of 1.
This is the stupidest defense I have ever heard. So he blinded him to shoot him easier, right? The guy was in a boat, shining his light up an embankment at where the deer was standing in the shade of a tree. This is important. Shade of a tree. The judge responds, "You say he was shining the light up into the trees to blind the deer. Case dismissed, as we all know deer are non-arboreal." So the judge thought he meant the deer was in the tree.
Yeah. Oh man.
Case dismissed. You're good to go. Take those cuffs off him, bailiff. Let's go.
Let's go, legal system. I want that judge when I commit crime. I don't commit crimes, but if I ever committed crimes,
If you're ever caught, you want that judge.
I'd want
Oh.
that judge.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You know, and
That's
I feel
awesome.
right, like I feel kind of the same way. Like, have you guys ever had to deal with like another insurance company trying to blame you for an accident that was clearly not your fault?
No.
Thankfully, not yet.
Okay, I have. It was
Sucks
not
suck.
great. Without giving too many details of the case, I was stopped at a red light. Stopped.
Okay.
I got rear-ended and pushed into the car in front of me.
And they tried to blame it on you.
After the guy admitted, yeah, I was on my phone, traffic was going, and then it wasn't, and I didn't stop in time. To the police officer, admitted that. So yeah, that was interesting. And the company he had, won't name anybody, but they were trying to say that it was my fault because, well, was
You
it a
were
complete
stopped at a
stop?
red light.
Was it a rolling stop? Was the light actually red?
Oh, well, I've had that. They always try to just hit any avenue where there could be doubt to try and get a place somewhere else. But
Yeah, it stupid. I hate you. Insurance
like when
companies
I
that
got
do that.
my really bad wreck where literally the minivan just ran a red light,
Uh-huh.
they were like, was it actually green or were you jumping in orange? Was it? I'm like, we have 1,000 statements right here saying that my light was green and theirs was red, and they just decided to follow the car in front of them when they went on the last second of the yellow arrow.
Yeah.
But was it actually red?
Yes. Yes.
Objection!
Yes.
Objection!
Yes, it was.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
So now we're getting into the more, the most Florida man of Florida men. So you probably heard this story. The alligator drive-through incident. You guys heard this one?
Can we make
I'm intrigued.
predictions?
Yeah, let's make a prediction. Let's make a game
Okay.
out of this. What do you guys
I
predict
think-
is going to happen in this?
I think that in Florida, there is a sub law saying you can hire alligators to work minimum wage jobs. And I think
Okay.
that was supposed to be a law that they got rid of. But like other laws, like in Utah, it's illegal to not drink milk every day, right? They've been meaning
serious?
to get rid of that law for a long time and just never got around to it.
There's a lot of silly laws like that.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, and so it got looked over when they were getting rid of laws, and some owner of a fast food restaurant, sleazy, doesn't want to pay people, right? So he goes and he gets his alligator, and he's like, "Yo, if I beat you in an alligator wrestle, you come work for me." And the alligator's like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." And then then they wrestle, and this guy, little did the alligator know, was just a freaking professional alligator wrestler. And he freaking beat this alligator up and put him in a chokehold, dragged him down to ye old Wendy's, slapped a drive-through light on it, a headset on it, and said, "You work here, you live here now."
The
And
dadgum
then
alligators.
the next
Yeah,
day, some
taking our
sad
jobs.
sap didn't know that this guy forced an alligator to work in his restaurant, pulls up to the drive-through and gets his head bit off by an alligator.
Taylor, can
The
I
end.
tell you, I admire your creativity on that story.
Thank you.
Okay, so in
But
short,
it's
hired
not made
alligator,
up.
alligator bit.
I've read that. What about Nate?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, mine's so lame in comparison. No, I was gonna-
I'm trying to
dude
inspire
pulls
you.
up to the drive-through window and tosses an alligator in. Like that
That's
was mine.
That was my actual
That was my
original
freaking-
thought, and I'm like, that's dumb. Let's do this.
Well,
I mean, hearing it now, yeah, I'm like, wow. What am I really bringing to this podcast?
well. That's what you're bringing right there.
Cool.
Your camera, okay, on the recording, your camera paused and you were just. Ah, I remember that. I'm gonna put that in the Discord so people can Photoshop stuff.
Don't give Ben that fuel.
Hey Ben, if you're watching, you need to meme Nate here. Nate, do something
I was
lewd.
gonna say something, and then I was like, actually, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to bring any attention to it.
Come on, do something lewd and lascivious on camera. We're talking about crimes as is. Come on.
All right. I'll moon here.
Thank you.
Sorry.
There you go.
Beautimus. Thank you.
Yep.
Crimes.
Ben, do with that as you will. Okay, so obviously, Nate's was a little closer to what happened. So, a Florida man orders at a fast food drive-thru. Oh, and again, I'm gonna have the links in the description, so you can read these for yourself. Malcolm, I got these from malcolmanthony.com, I think is what it is. Link in the description. Anyway, orders fast food. Everything seems normal until he tosses a 3.5-foot live alligator through the window. Not as a prank. He was actually trying to use it to rob the store. So not only was he charged with assault with a deadly weapon, but he was also charged with wildlife violations because alligators are a protected wildlife in Florida.
Wait, I was wrong and Nate was right? Man, who would have guessed?
So this man gets his
I did
McDouble.
win the trivia episode, so I mean, like.
Oh, I still gotta get you your freaking jacket.
You forgot.
Oh
I
my,
knew you forgot.
Nate, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
By the way, what's your size?
Oh, large.
Okay, I need to put that in.
Magnum XL.
I knew it. Okay, I just got paid, so I am going to actually order it and get the fabric made because I
No
owe you
worries.
from winning that episode. Whoo! Anyway,
Crap,
Devin,
wait, Ben, quit
follow
with
up.
the toast. Wait.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna need the
What happens
toast
if I win
back.
that?
We're gonna need the toast back at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll get
it's
it
gonna
eventually.
be a lot harder to get Nate the toast if and when he wins it.
If and when.
Nate, we're just gonna fax you a picture of the freaking toast.
Perfect.
You just hang
No,
up on his
no, I've got one even better. We'll just send him a digital picture.
Just send me-
You'll just
Send me a picture of
Photoshop
the
it.
toast on
Be like,
Ben's
"Got
shelf,
it."
and I'll put a picture of Ben's shelf with the toast.
There you go. Beautiful. Um,
There we go.
Follow-up question: was the alligator accomplice, or was it the robbery tool? Did he have,
it was
a little rope around his waist.
They
and he
charge an
tether him back?
alligator with accomplice.
He's like, throw the alligator in. He grabs the cash register and you haul him back in on like a fishing line or something.
tries to take the billfold out of his mouth and he starts to death roll.
Cash flying everywhere.
What do you have to say, Mr. Alligator? Does that weird hissing noise.
The noise
Um,
I made, the alligators definitely
They share
make.
a cell in prison.
Until one night the alligator gets sick of his crap and eats his face in the middle of the night.
I smell a sitcom. All right. So there's that. Next was the this one's titled Test My Meth Burglary. So any guesses on what's going to happen in this one?
You want to go first this time, Nate?
Yeah, Buddy has a meth lab and asks his friend to try and rob him so he can test his security defenses, and then accidentally shoots, maybe fatally, the friend as he tries to break in.
Oh no.
That's my prediction.
Okay.
Give me the title again.
The title is The Test My Meth Burglary.
Okay, so here's what actually happened, Nate.
Okay.
So this guy, right, is hired by the government to test different meth things because they want to know. They need the research. You know how government do. And so he's testing all these things about meth. But test my meth burglary, right? Isn't that...
Yes.
Right.
Yep. The Test
All right,
My Meth
so
Burglary.
Alligator Brother from before,
Alligator's back.
who was still in the cash register, is like, yo, you know what has more cash than your local Mickey D's? A meth lab.
Mickey D's
Probably
meth.
because meth is expensive. And if they don't have cash, then we steal the meth and then we get high and sell meth. We don't do that.
Don't
This
say
is
it.
the alligator.
To be
And so,
specific.
Alligator gets a McDonald's guy who threw him in their suit, dresses up as Mickey D's man, and breaks in through the vent because he's a small little alligator. Puts this suit on and walks in and is like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." And the guy's like, "What? Little Timmy fell down the well." Books it out. Leaves the door open because he's so. You gotta save little Timmy.
This silly
Alligator
goose.
bags all the meth, walks out, takes off the outfit, slings the meth over his shoulder, and jumps into the river. Sadly,
Ruins the
Mr.
bag.
Alligator didn't realize there was a hole in the bag and in his back pocket. So his wallet falls out of his pocket with his ID, and meth
Oh.
falls out of the bag onto the wallet. That's how he got caught. Someone stumbled upon a wallet with meth sitting on top of it and was like, yo, that's Mr. Alligator. Dude stole the meth.
Sometimes it's the subtle clues that are left behind that get you.
The subtle ones, yep.
I don't know if I should have
That's-
committed to these stories because I'm starting to get less creative the longer we go.
I don't know. That was pretty creative. Although the entire time, all I was picturing is like I'm picturing Breaking Bad. Friggin' Walter and Jesse are down there making meth, and all of a sudden Walter looks up.
Oh, I should have made a Breaking Bad reference.
Why is there an alligator
Friggin'
walking
the
down
alligator
stairs?
knocks on the door, and meth man Jimmy, who's working for the government, opens the door and is like, I am the one who knocks.
But it's an alligator.
And then the alligator rips his face off, steals the meth.
All right,
And now it's
so
crying crocodile tears.
It's one of those two.
it's one of those two for sure.
100%.
A burglary victim reported that someone had broken into his home and provided a home security video for the man's description. The suspect was found not too far away and admitted to breaking into the house because he could hear barking dogs inside. Then, suspect turned his bad day into a legendary one when he complained to deputies about his bad meth and asked them to test it. Because, quality control matters.
I've heard this one.
The deputies kindly obliged, confirming the meth was indeed real, and rewarded him with an extra possession charge to go along with the burglary charges. Nice, idiot.
Wow.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll let you guys pick which one you would like to hear. I have a few more, so I'll give you the titles and you can.
I know
pick
how
which
we
one.
got to end this, by the way.
Oh, you do? Good. Perfect.
So we'll do one or two more, and then I'll reveal how we've got to end this one.
Perfect.
Acting.
Give us the
all
titles.
out.
Acting it all. Who's going to be the alligator?
I mean, Taylor had a pretty good voice.
Perfect. And then, okay, perfect.
That is not how we're ending it.
Dang it.
We just cut right there. That's the end of the pod.
That's it.
Rah.
I'm going to be clipping that so much. So our last four titles.
Emote on your streams.
Yo, we should. That should be the sub notification.
Hoorah. Hey, thanks for subbing. It's 42069, boy. Wow. That's how that'll go. Hoorah. So our last four titles, we have The Couch Hideout,
Oof.
The Free Ride to the Polk Pokey,
Okay.
The Low Speed Getaway on a John Deere, and The Transatlantic Hamster Wheel.
Okay. Poke
So-
Pokey and Hamster Wheel are my top two picks.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
All right, well let's do the Free Ride to the Polk Pokey then.
I think we can do both because cut 10 minutes off the recording time due to
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I
Okay.
can't believe that freaking audio didn't work. I thought it was going to go so smoothly. You guys won't see that, though. Don't worry about it.
No, you'll just see it work.
All right. So,
Right.
any guesses on the Free Ride to the Polk Pokey?
Polk
Taylor, you're up.
Pokey. All right.
I keep trying to read it
Someone
as hokey pokey.
heard our podcast episode 2 weeks ago with the polka rendition of what was it? I like big butts and I cannot lie. What song?
It
was
was
that?
yeah, it was the polka
Oh,
version of Baby
right.
Got Back.
Yeah, the polka version of Baby Got
I
Back.
already forgot that episode. I
With
was
that
like, oh,
story.
goodness.
Oh, I'm glad you forgot it. It was horrible.
So was I.
And
Thanks, Taylor.
you're welcome. And they got this bright idea. We need to throw one of these weird old people exotic dances. All right. So brother or sister goes ahead and orchestrates all this.
Brother, sister.
Brother or sister. I don't know if it's
Oh,
male or
It's
female.
Florida. They share a border.
Was it Uncle Daddy and Sister Mommy?
No, don't get me on that again.
Anyway, continue.
Next thing we know, Ben will draw a dick on screen.
It's true.
Did he do that? I was
He
audio
was-
only.
Yeah, so he was trying to explain
I'll
Sister
put the
Mommy
clip.
and Uncle Daddy and
Okay,
Sister
okay.
Mommy, and he wrote whatever, was it a M or an
It
S?
was
on-
it was like an M or S, and then he drew the lines, and
yeah,
then
and then he
drew
did
the
3
D
3
for
3
daddy,
equals and then a capital D.
I'll put the clip right
And he
here.
starts explaining, to go, and you drew a dick. And he goes, oh no, that was so funny.
Oh, Ben. Ben.
Yeah, good times. But come back to me, train of thought. Right. So
There you go. Nice.
this person decides they need to throw this. This has to happen. So they put it all together. They get it set up. Day of this exotic dance comes. The party starts, and bro forgot his license was suspended.
Oh, silly.
So he starts walking. He's like, "Oh well, I can't drive there. Guess I'll be late." And he's walking down the street, but little does anybody else know, he has an earpiece in his ear that's playing everything going on in the dance. And so he just gets so into the music of this dance while he's walking to it that he starts exotic dancing right there in the streets. Right there in the streets. And an officer pulls up and is like, "Excuse me, sir, ma'am."
Oh.
Bye, Nate.
Nate disappeared. Oh no!
You can't dance like that. You're giving everybody parties in their nether regions. That's not publicly acceptable. I'm gonna have to take you down to the station. He's like, "Oh, but officer, I have to get to the old person exotic dance." I forgot to mention this officer's 68. And he goes, "Yo, what? I saw the flyer for that. I was gonna go, but I didn't have a date." And this person's like, "Bro, I got you." He's like, "Okay, hop in. I'll drive you there." And so he got a free police officer ride to this dance. He called the dance the Polka Pokey.
I still can't get over causing parties and what did you say? Parties in people's nethers or something? Nether regions. Nate, what happened to your camera?
I don't know. I bumped my desk and like my camera disconnected.
Leave the call.
Okay. And then
come back. Reselect your camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll fix it. Ben found that out.
You can't change cameras in the middle of recording, so if yours gets unplugged, you got to leave and come back.
Cool.
It won't affect anything.
Oh, there's the leaf. I found the leaf. Okay, I couldn't find where to leave.
You're good.
You're trapped here forever.
Forever. All right, now we wait for Nate to come back. Now we'll talk bad about him.
Gosh, worst host has ever had.
Worst
even
host.
Added to the conversation.
He's the worst host I've ever seen. Absolutely worst. I really hope that his
hasn't even added anything this whole episode. Can you believe that?
He totally hasn't made me laugh like 4 or 5 times already.
No, yeah, he's the best, man. We love Nate. We're so happy he joined.
There we go. All right.
Cool.
Is your audio going? Okay, there it is. No, you're good.
All
you're good.
We weren't talking mad crap. Don't worry.
No.
That's a relief.
No. Anyway,
I trust you guys.
Your first mistake. Anyway, so what do you think happened, Nate?
Come on, I believe in you. Dig deep.
Free ride to the Polka Pokey.
Oh, I just had a much worse story pop into my head. We're gonna stick with the one I just said.
That's probably good. That's probably
that's
good.
For the best. Polka Pokey is a little known fact, but that is actually something was touching my foot, but it was my blanket.
Ooh.
Not sponsored, but I've got a Buc-ee's blanket.
That's dope.
Bucky!
Anyway,
Buc-ee's.
Polka Pokey is the capital of Florida. And someone just didn't, he didn't know, but he had like a special Uber voucher. And so he caught a free ride to Polka Pokey, where he then robbed a McDonald's with an alligator.
I like that all the stories just keep like connecting. It's just
the same guy in every story.
One, yeah.
It is the Florida man.
Backstory. This is gonna be the event.
Well, if that's the case, then we know the person from my story was just the same guy before he threw an alligator through a McDonald's window,
causing parties in people's nether regions and robbing with an alligator. This guy's out of control.
The Florida man needs to go down.
The Florida man.
He's too powerful.
Well, good news. Both of you are wrong.
Thank goodness.
This one's somehow this story is still dumber than anything that was just said. Somehow. It's amazing. So, 2 Florida burglars took teamwork to the next level when they called 911 asking for help moving the stolen items from the house they were robbing.
Why would they call 911 for that?
According to deputies, the pair broke into a home, decided the best way to transport their haul was to involve the authorities. When officers arrived, the woman also asked for a ride to the airport because they wanted to spend the weekend in New York. The deputies not only helped move the suspects' belongings, but also secured them a free ride to jail. The duo now faces burglary charges, proving that sometimes calling 911 isn't the smartest way to solve your problems.
Why would you call 911 even if you weren't stealing and you were just moving stuff?
And
like I said, because it's Polk County, I guess, and Pokey, like another name for taking you down to the Pokey. You guys just added on the polka.
I thought it was the Polka Pokey. I didn't realize it was the Polk Pokey.
No, it's literally just polka. That's what I thought was funny.
Okay.
That's why I thought it was so funny.
Nice.
Okay. And then what was the other one? You guys wanted the hamster wheel?
Yeah.
Okay, the transatlantic hamster wheel. This will be the last one for this episode.
Actually, it won't.
No.
It'll be the last
Oh.
one that you have.
Okay.
Then we're gonna
Even
do
better.
something. This episode might run just a tad over. I don't know how long you got to cut out. So
Trampster wheel.
That's okay. I'm down. I guess I just had a few, but if you got some, fabulous.
don't worry.
Transatlantic hamster wheel.
Go ahead, Nate.
Oh yeah, we're guessing. All right. Let's see. I've got an obvious guess in mind. Let me see if I can dig deep here. really find something.
Gonna have to get these animated. These stories you guys are coming up with.
Dang, yeah. We're just reverting back to the basic one. So you got a Florida man,
Mhm.
and this is better actually. This just took a good turn. This
Oh,
Florida man loves his hamster. Loves him.
He also
He
has an
wants-
alligator. He likes to throw through windows and steal
We're not
money.
there yet.
He's like,
not
hold
there
on.
My bad. My bad.
Yeah, he loves his hamster, and he wants to, he wants his hamster to see the world before he dies a, horrifically violent death, as hamsters are wont to do. And so he decides, you know what, little buddy, we're gonna get you to Africa. We're gonna show you the Serengeti. We're gonna show you the Sahara. We're gonna go, party it up in Cape Town, right? Like, we're gonna do it all. And so he straps his little guy into the safest hamster wheel he knows, which he didn't know about, like the enclosed ball. So it is just a hamster wheel with like the open sides. No seatbelts.
Oh, of course not. No.
And so
That's
he
what got him in prison.
puts him in there and wrestles a couple of alligators, builds a raft out of them and sets sail. And the rest is history, man. Like, he made it. And if you Google the transatlantic hamster wheel story from Florida Men, it's right there, and you can read all about it, because they went and they saw the world together. And then the hamster did actually die its horrific death because it was stepped on.
It
by
was in a
rhinoceros.
McDonald's when an alligator came flying through the window.
The little hamster was having a little mini McDouble, and then the jaws came through.
So that's a really
Stuffed the
beautiful
third
story.
nugget into his mouth cheeks, and then that was it.
But you want to hear what actually happened?
I'd love to, yeah.
yeah,
Bro
let's hear
had
this.
the idea for the world's best version of travel. You've heard of airplanes. You've heard of trains. You've heard of boats. You've even heard of what's it called? They're working on it. Hydro loop or whatever. What's the
Hyperloop?
Hyperloop? That's the one.
A high-speed
You've heard
train?
of Hyperloop. But no,
No.
this guy figured out the actual best way of traveling. You know what it was?
Hamster loop.
It was a giant hamster wheel that when you get 10 to 15 people in there running, it powers this wheel to trek across land, mountains, the bottom of the ocean.
Mm.
And he pitches this idea to Shark Tank. And Shark Tank's like, no,
Shark Tank.
that's never going to work. But because it was on Shark Tank, you know who hears about it? The government. And they know it's a good idea. They know it's a good idea. So you know what they do? They say, this man's a psycho. We need to arrest him. And so he tries to build this on his own, but he gets arrested before he can because Shark Tank just wouldn't back him. But the government knew it was a good idea, so they stole it. And here we are. He
The
was
sharks are
gonna.
just
He
jealous.
made a plan to take it across the transatlantic. And
You know what I
that's-
hate most about that story?
Huh?
You're actually closer than Nate.
Oh really?
I hate it so much. You're actually a little bit closer. Not, you're still very light years away from what actually happened, but
Yeah.
you're closer somehow.
Somehow
time.
closer.
This time. You guys ready for this?
Yes.
A 51-year-old ultra marathon runner, Florida man, made waves in August of 2023 when he attempted to cross the Atlantic Ocean to London in a homemade hamster wheel vessel about 70 nautical miles off of the Georgia coast. The Coast Guard intercepted the human hamster ball, leading to a bizarre 3-day standoff. He refused to leave the vessel, threatened to harm himself, and claimed he had a bomb, though he later admitted it wasn't real. He was eventually arrested and charged with obstruction and violating a port order. So, somehow, Taylor, you were closer. This man made a homemade hamster wheel ball thing and tried to cross the ocean with it and got arrested. So, there you go.
I love the charge was like a port order. Like, he's just like blocking commerce or something. Like...
Yeah, like it matters. It's like, so, not even that, but the fact that he was like, I got a bomb.
Right, yeah. Like,
don't touch me. Yeah.
Wow.
So there's that. So,
I was a lot closer.
I hate that you were actually a lot closer that time.
Oh boy, that's funny.
That's
all
really
right.
funny.
The
You guys
sharks
ready
shut
for
it
this
down
last
because they
thing?
were just so jealous they couldn't leave their tank. They didn't want to see somebody take a wheel across the.
Just
The
couldn't
ocean,
handle it.
you know?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
true.
Just
They
could
couldn't
not handle
the
it.
truth.
All right.
So
bring
here's
it
what I
on.
need you guys to do. Both of
Okay,
you,
no.
go to Google,
Okay.
type in Florida
Okay.
man, your birthday,
Oh,
like
I've done
birth
this.
date. Like your birth date. So month, day, year. And then we'll give each other the titles, give our guesses, and then we'll tell the actual story. And
Wait,
if
so-
the year, you can get rid
Oh,
of the
it's still
year
there.
if yours doesn't give you a good story.
Yeah. Okay. I've
Wait,
got
so you
mine.
literally just type in Florida man and then your birth date.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mine still works. This is the same story that I got like years ago when I did this the first time.
Oh,
I'm so happy that it came up again.
All right, I got mine.
Okay, what's the title of mine?
Oh no.
That's not a good title. That just tells you the whole story in one sentence. So I guess it is a good title, but
Who
Oh
wants
my
to go
gosh.
first?
I don't
I'll
care.
go.
Whoever.
I'll go. You ready for this one?
I hope
A
so.
Florida man died because of balloons.
Oh, okay.
No. He got too high.
So do you just want me to read it then?
No, sorry. It was a Florida man.
A
What?
Florida man died because of balloons.
Yeah, well, this is either exactly what Nate said, or it's like the story of Columbus with the balloons. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh, are we guessing?
Yeah, if we want to, or Dev can
Oh,
just
okay,
tell the
okay.
story. But so it's either the dude got too high off of helium from balloons, or do you guys know the story of the balloons in? I think it's Cincinnati. In Cincinnati.
Oh, the one where they released like a million or
The
something
90
of them, and
million.
it like obstructed like buildings and just ruined a whole bunch of stuff.
This
I do.
Florida man got an idea from that. He wasn't going to do that many balloons because he saw the outcome, and I guess he had 1 or 2 brain cells. But he got enough to fly on the balloons, and he made a platform that flew him up into the sky, and decided that he has ascended. And he flew around Florida, telling everybody from his balloons on high that he ascended. However,
Wow.
a pecking bird, or the
A pecking
woodpecker.
bird.
A
woodpecker
the pecking bird.
decided that he didn't like this SOB. And he went to his big hawk buddy and is like, hey, go get some eagles. We're going to teach bro a lesson.
Oh no.
So eagles go find an alligator at a McDonald's.
Of course.
They swoop in, grab him, and toss this alligator into the balloons. And the alligator's like, yo, I was just eating a Big Mac. How'd I get in these balloons? Starts freaking out, popping balloons. Now all the balloons pop. Alligator starts to fall. Eagles are like, yeah, we just needed your help to pop
Oh,
balloons.
boy.
We don't want you to die. So they swoop in, catch the alligator. Florida man falls to his death.
And he died.
Yep.
Hey, nice.
Wow.
I like it. I like it.
Granted, that was more because of an alligator and some angry birds, but
But without the balloons, he would not have been up there.
it's true.
Yeah,
So, due to balloons.
it's really their fault.
What do you think, Nate? What happened?
Died due to balloons.
Yep, a Florida man died
Yeah.
because of balloons.
I mean, my first thought was pretty dark. How? What am I allowed to say on this podcast?
You can say just about anything. If it's bad enough, we can edit it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, like my story
he
on
was-
the paranoia episode.
Yeah. No, he was blowing too many balloons and tying them all off, and they just
Was
started,
there really
like,
a siren in the
lifting
background?
off.
Hold on.
I heard that. Yeah. Oh, no, it was
That was good timing for this episode. Sorry, Nate. Sorry.
So I muted because of the siren. Yeah, that was going past my house. I've got the window open because it's 5,000 degrees in here.
Yeah, just tied off too many, and they started floating away, and he got tangled in them, hanged them, and that was it.
Oh, sad day.
Yep.
Cracked
Short.
out version of Up.
Florida
All
man
right,
was
Deb,
not-
what's the actual story?
So Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, Alan Abramson, age 71, started taking morning walks to lose weight. On the morning of January 25th, he left his home in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. A gunshot was heard from the surrounding area, and Abramson was dead. It was first thought to be a murder committed against Abramson. However, there were no guns, empty cartridges, or signs of a struggle. According to the Palm Beach Post, there is a different lead to the crime scene, a thin line of blood running from the scar in his heart to his shoulder. Police investigations revealed that 2 air balloons had been purchased at Abramson's email address. No one around Abramson thought he was interested in aerial photography or in weather balloons. When his internet history was searched in detail, he asked the person selling the weather balloons about the explosion of the balloons. Investigation showed that Abramson visited an industrial material warehouse and purchased a 40 cubic meter helium tank. The Washington Post recorded the report, "You can commit suicide with a gun without a gun," about a search made in February 2017. The theory put forward by the police is that Abramson tied a gun to the balloon, used a rope between the trigger and his finger, and shot himself. In this theory, the bloodline on the shirt could also be explained. Officials said using a simulator, the weather balloon could carry the weapon north of the Bahamas or across the Atlantic. Abramson's case was settled as a suicide sewer slide.
Yeah,
So-
you're gonna have to cut that.
So he blamed himself with a
with a
gun
balloon.
he tied to a balloon.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, that
our stories
yeah.
were better.
As
Yeah,
you
they were much
saying
better.
As you
That
were
was a
saying
weird
that,
one.
I thought for a second that maybe like some balloon had popped nearby and he had a heart attack, and I was like, that's actually really sad.
So he gets so scared he dies.
But I guess this is actually probably a lot sadder. So,
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
instead
it is.
he decided to
well,
These
Uh,
stories are supposed to be funny.
yeah,
Yeah.
that one. I mean, it is a little funny in some ways, I guess.
Well,
I don't
anyways,
know.
glad we got that one out of the way first.
Yeah, I'm glad
Cool.
I went first.
Go ahead, Nate.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I can't wait to hear how you guys spin this headline into a full story, but
Oh, beautiful.
here we go. Headline reads: Florida men, one dressed in a bull onesie, attempts to burn down house with ragu sauce. Police say.
All right,
That's the
All right.
headline.
all right, all right, all right. I guess I went first last time. You want to go, Dev?
Sure. Okay, read me the title one more time. Just
You got it. Florida men, one dressed in bull onesie, attempt to burn down house with ragu sauce. Police say.
okay. Here's what happened.
Okay.
Guy is in the bull suit, right?
Mm-hmm.
One-piece bull suit. He goes to Comic-Con, not realizing he's not really a good character. Like, he's just a random bull. No one knows who he is. He meets up with his buddy. His buddy says, "Hey, man, that's okay. I know what'll make you feel better. How about we go home and make us some spaghetti, you know?" So they go home, and he's like, "Oh, no. I don't have any tomatoes. I guess we'll have to break out the ragu." So they go get the ragu. They put it in a giant pot, but they realized that they had the oven set on way too high. Way too high. So, in their panic, they throw it out the window. But what happens is it goes out, lands on the neighbor's house, and it catches fire. And then, before the neighbors realize what's happening, they're like, "Oh, I smell lovely spaghetti." Oh, and then the roof caves in from the fire, and they die. The end.
Wow.
All right. What was
right.
the sauce they tried to light on fire?
Ragu.
Ragu. Okay. You guys want to know what actually
Mustard.
happened?
I would love to know what happened.
Disney's American Legends. You
Okay.
know, Johnny Appleseed, Paul Bunyan,
John
all those
Henry.
guys.
Oh yeah, okay.
John Henry.
Yeah.
Now, these two dudes had just watched it. And they went, you know that Paul Bunyan guy?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
His big blue walks?
Yeah.
I frick with that guy.
He's dope.
We should reenact their fight. Goes.
Okay.
But they were eating spaghetti. This was a dinner, right? So,
Okay.
so
This makes sense.
there was ragu sauce out because it was homemade spaghetti. They go to the store, they buy a bull onesie and fake axe, and they're fighting. They're fighting the scene out, and the dude playing Paul Bunyan pokes the guy in the eyes. He's
Not
like,
cool.
"Yo, you're gonna get me." So boop, and then Ox guy is like, "Bro, you cheated. That's a cheap shot. That's not what happens in the movie." He gets all mad, and he's like, "No, dude, you were actually hurting me. I had to get you off me." And Oxman was like, "You're just a sore loser. You know what? You know what happens to sore losers? We set their house on fire." And he poured ragu on the stove and just lit the place on fire.
It caught fire. Okay.
It's a good story. Good story. So
His was better. Anyway.
you both incorporated the Florida Man. You both had the bull and the ragu sauce. What neither of you clued into though was this was a robbery. Who knew? So, two Florida men were caught with their hands in the pasta jar after they used ragu sauce to try and burn down a home they robbed last week. These two men were arrested after allegedly breaking into a home, stealing a flat screen and an AC unit. The man whose home was being burglarized received an alert on his phone from his security system that there was motion in the house. Checks his phone and there's a towel over the camera, so that's an obvious indicator, something's wrong. Immediately calls the police, and when they arrived at the scene, there go the perps trying to get away in their car. They were picking up clothes from outside the house. One of them was a bull onesie.
All right.
And the deputy said that there was an air conditioning unit, a vacuum, television heater, drug thing, and an empty jar of ragu inside the vehicle when they caught it. And they found a burning pot of ragu sauce and a washcloth near the stove's burner, which appeared to be an attempt to start a fire.
Oh.
What a waste of ragu.
And the victim theorized that they were trying to make it look like an accident, So like the
That makes
victim
sense,
had
actually.
been cooking spaghetti at 2 a.m. and caught fire to the house. So that was their master plan. But they were
Oh
caught.
no, we left it on the stove. No one was there to touch my spaghetti. You know what I mean? That's funny.
There
Okay,
you go.
You guys ready for mine?
I'm
So ready.
ready. I want to do better on my story this time.
Naked Florida man found at arrested at traffic stop with string tied to genitals.
Can you say that again?
So I'll try and rephrase the title just because I'm paraphrasing the title.
Oh, okay.
Naked Florida man with string tied to genitals arrested at traffic stop.
Okay. I think what's going on here, he was fishing for seagulls. The other end of that string had like a fry hanging from it. Just a French fry.
He
And so
needed a
was-
pole, didn't have one at home.
so he was just, out there trolling for seagulls, and if one would swoop by, he'd grab it, stuff it in a sack, and keep going.
All right.
That's my story.
Devin?
What do you got?
I'm having a creative block here. Read the title one last time. Sorry.
All right.
One last time.
A naked Florida man with string tied to genitals arrested at traffic stop.
Okay. Here's what happened. We're going to go back to my story. This guy wants to uninstall life, but he wants to do it creatively. He goes and buys some balloons. Buys a pew-pew, you know. But he's really bad at tying knots. So he gets his cousin Randy. He goes, Randy, I need you to come over and tie this thing. Not for any reason. Don't ask about the pew-pew. Just do your thing, you know. So Randy comes over to his house, and, you know, my guy, he's not there. He's out taking a walk, and he's like, well, this is weird. I don't know what he wants me to do with this. So he's like, well, before I do, I had to walk all the way over here, so I'm going to go take a shower. So he goes, takes his clothes off, goes to hop into the shower. Ooh, the water's cold. Ooh, not good. Get out. Oh, ow. I got a little soap in my eyes, too. He tried. He had a little soap in his eyes, couldn't see. So he goes, and he's like, all right, I'm just going to tie this, and then I'll get dressed. So he goes to tie it, and one thing leads to another, and he accidentally ties it to his appendage, right? Ties it to his wiener. And he's super confused, because one end, there's the pew-pew, there's the balloon's trying to go out the window, his thinger is stuck in his knot that he made. He's like, oh no, it's stuck in the string, what do I do? So he does the only sensible thing, and he goes, well, there's a balloon attached to that, so I'm just going to hop out the window. I'll have a nice short fall and a nice slow fall. So he hops out the window, and lo and behold, his one knot breaks free, dropping him, but in the process, it also pulled the trigger on the pew-pew, which then shot the other guy. He lands, he stands up, he's stumbling, he's like, oh, that was not a nice fall, and I heard a loud noise, don't know what that was. Anyway, I'm disoriented. I don't know where I'm at. I hit my head. Walks out into traffic, and, well, the rest is history.
All right.
There you go.
Can I actually make one more submission?
Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
I'm rescinding my last story. This was actually, he was trying to, like, practice tying shoes. But you know how sometimes, like, when you're learning how to tie a shoe, you gotta, like, put your finger down to like really get the bow right. Both his hands were busy. And so he did the only logical thing. He was like, oh, I gotta put something there. And so he did. He successfully tied that knot. But it was tight, and just like a bull at a rodeo, he freaked out and ran out of the house, and that's where they found him.
All right.
Don't you hate it when you're trying to tie your shoes and get your wiener stuck in there? Me too, dude.
Yeah.
Ready for the actual story?
I'm not ready, but go ahead.
Brother was high out of his mind.
All right, this makes
Polk
sense.
County
now.
Sheriff's Office officials have arrested a man with multiple drug charges. The man, who could not stop his vehicle, looked for an opportunity to escape. Sheriff's deputies arrested the man when they couldn't stop him at the intersection of Industrial Street and Bishop Street in Auburndale. According to the arrest report, the deputy sheriff saw that a silver sedan had not stopped at the intersection of Industrial Street and Bishop Street. Yeah, excuse me. The deputy sheriff stops the traffic, trying to evade the officers. The sedan veered off the road. According to the sworn statement, some smoked marijuana and rolled paper money were found in the examination. The man was caught and taken into custody. As the deputy pulled the man trying to escape from the car, he saw that he was wrapping a rope around his body and genitals, and that the man was naked. Asking Sanders why he was running, the sheriff's officer replied, "Because I'm naked." Sanders told the deputy sheriff he could search his car. Unlike the man who claims no drugs were found in his car, the deputy sheriff claims to have found a bag of methamphetamine and a rolled bill. I don't know why the string was there. Doesn't explain
when
it.
The cop asked him, like, why are you running? He's like, because I'm naked, as if the cop's the weirdo.
Like, what do you mean? It's because I'm naked, bro. Can't you
Obviously,
see?
like,
Ah,
I need to get dressed.
meth is a hell of a drug, kids. Don't try it.
no, don't.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So that's the crime and Florida man story. Let us know what some of your favorite Florida man stories are, because
Please do.
there's a lot. There's
Put
far
your
too
birthday
many.
title down in the comments.
Yes, please.
And I might respond with a story I made up about it as to what the title means.
Yes, we
Nice.
should. Yeah, that one would. I can't get over the. I still can't get over Nate's and the tying the shoe thing. That would. The images that
Plop,
flashed
there
through my
we
brain.
go.
It's like, oh, here, this will work. Oh, but
hold it
thank you
steady.
guys so much for watching. Leave some love in the comments for Nate, our new host.
That's me.
Leave some love in the comments for Ben as well. We wish him the best of luck in all his endeavors, and he'll still pop in and out, like we said, off and on. He just won't be here very often no more.
He busy.
It's sad. But that's okay. We hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you check out the merch store. Make sure you check out the Already Distracted Gaming channel, Distracted
yeah.
Crew. We got more stuff coming on there. More Dev is Afraid. More streams from Taylor.
Yep.
I need to
Streams
start
might be a
streaming.
little low for the next little bit while I readjust, but yeah.
Yeah. So big changes, but good changes. The content's still coming. We ain't going nowhere. So without further ado, bye everybody.
Peace.